little bit.
Yeah.
They're not all still in the other one, are they?
Yes, my darling, I'm sure they are. Here's your phone.
Okay.
Type in there. They need to come to this one. Because that's like.
Oh, there it went.
See, so delete that one or tell everybody to come to this one.
Okay.
Let us know when you start getting in here. And then someone more seasoned than us. Hey, there's Moose Knuckle. Someone more seasoned than us can tell us how next time we can fix it where that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Jelly Bean? Yes, we're back. Make sure they know over there that we came to this one. And we're...
Well, it's completely... The other one is done. So
good.
I'm just leaving a comment that says, please come to the other stream.
See, we got it.
Yay.
We decided a change of scenery would be appropriate because some of our best streams we filmed. I don't want to say in bed. That sounds dirty.
Some of our very, very best work has been done in bed.
See, Sean will just say it. But we have the ring light working. You got your chickens put to bed? You gotta turn that off, baby.
Oh my gosh.
I put ours to bed tonight. Let It Go loves it when Sean acts all like he makes those comments. Yeah. Let It Go's always on him. She likes it.
I have said some of our greatest hits, our greatest hits record is right here in this bed.
We could write music. Very blurry. Crapolowitz. Is it really blurry?
And it's kind of buffering too. See, that's what it looks like. Look.
Just maybe we'll give it a second. Turn your Wi-Fi off.
Okay.
Turn yours off. I don't know what else to do. Prince and Princess of Wales just shared a post, which is now William and Kate, right? They're now the Prince and Princesses of Wales, I believe. Tell me, like, I don't see it as blurry, so I don't know how to fix it. And it's probably because let me go check make sure the red light of doom is not on the thing. No, the red light's not on.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit.
We got it though.
Yeah.
And you got to sit down very carefully because the shebang will
Moose
fall.
Knuckle says that this is where the magic happens.
This
right
is
on.
it. And the thing is like, you can't, the one above it, we have the signs that say, you and me, always and forever, and let's cuddle. And they were like, you know that bargain section at Target where there's like $1 and $2 and $5 things? That's where it was from. And
did you get it open?
I think it's absolutely adorable.
This is soy brown right here.
Thank you. I'm glad y'all found your way over here. Mm-hmm. I miss doing it like this. I just always worry that
all I would do is lift it, not down, but like up and down. That's how we do it.
I can do it. I can do it.
There it is.
Okay. And then like that.
And then
point it down.
Then if we just like that.
There we go, guys.
And see, if you wanted to lean back, you could, and then pull this like to us, but we don't have to do that.
I know. You know, most of the time they're probably like, oh my God.
These guys have been streaming for
Question, because this yellow pillowcase, I'm going to ask. This yellow pillowcase that has this little, it's got a little fish emblem on it. Like this. No, I'm going to give it back to you, babe. I'm just showing.
I know. I'm just going to get...
I'm not positive where this pillowcase came from, but it might have come straight out of hell when he was packing his stuff. Because I really don't know where else it could have come from. Maybe from my in-laws or whatever.
I don't think so.
No, it's well made.
I might have just grabbed that. I mean, I need this. I need this. Yeah. I need that. I need a pillowcase.
I need a pillow. It's like so random. Okay.
Hey, Jude.
So how was everybody's day? We got it. I was working on that chair that we talked about. I didn't post a picture of it, but I got a white linen colored like oversized armchair for $9.99 at the thrift shop. And my gray shelf. Remember the gray shelf I painted? We showed it when we lived in the apartment still. It is going to be behind it, and I'm going to do the recovery vlogs on it. So I think it's going to look really good. I might even put my like tiaras on the shelves or whatever. Just make it like super dainty and cute. Kind of excited.
What do you guys think?
I'm kind of excited. But I figured out what was on the arm of the chair, because it looked like maybe a cleaned up like pea stain, for, you know what I mean? But it didn't smell like it. So when I just got to cleaning or whatever, I didn't notice it right away, but when I would go out and come back into the house, it smelled like fresh brewed coffee. So
somebody spilled coffee. That's what happened. I have
this image that it was a little old lady who would drink her coffee and splash sometimes right there, and she had her little end table, maybe even the queen. You never. It's blurry.
Hold on, but look at this, because it's going to get blurry sometimes.
It's so strange. The only other thing I can do, it looks like it's delayed too. We'll just go with it. If it's really, I think that if I close it to turn the light, I don't know. It's going to come and go tonight, I guess.
Yeah, I saw what, see, like when you do this and when you pull it away, it's not coming. It takes a long time to get back into focus.
Okay. Well, we'll just be real still. Reviewing a little bit, did you know that Spirit Finder is really pissed off that the queen got a funeral?
Why?
I don't know. Because she says her king, she serves her king in heaven, and that queen is nothing. And she was getting her Rituxan infusion today, and the funeral was on the TV because it's the infusion room. She wanted them to turn the damn thing off. It's like it's the queen's funeral.
Yeah. You don't get to watch what you want to watch when you go to the doctor.
I've had a couple of iron infusions, and those infusions are done in the same room as like chemotherapy and things like that. And I'm always super grateful that I'm there for an iron infusion and not there for chemotherapy.
Okay, so Mandy asked me if she should wear her hair up and down, and I wanted her to wear it up because I think it's really pretty that way.
Thank you.
It is.
You're so sweet.
I'm going to be super mushy because I want to get some when the stream's off.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to really lay it on thick.
So if you are related to us in blood or by marriage, you might want to turn this off.
I want to turn it off because it's kind of gross. If one of our kids is like gross.
They're old. I think that I don't know which of them watches. I don't know. Sometimes someone
Rachel every once in a while would get on there. Yeah. Just Andy, really.
Yeah. I wonder if he's out and about today. Okay. So it appears to be, let me know someone what it's looking like. I think people are, so the other stream is gone, right?
I didn't take it down.
It is blurry.
It's very blurry.
Well, all we can do is, I can end it and we can restart it one more time.
We might as well just roll with it.
I agree.
Or we get closer like this.
Do you think that's what's doing it?
Because we're kind of far away. Hold on.
That it's trying to focus in on us?
Hold on. Now, hold on. Guys, is that better? That's better, right?
Yeah, they're probably...
Hold on. It's going to... Watch. You'll see me down. You'll see it down there.
He's a technical wizard.
Watch.
Hey, Danny and Justine. I don't think I said hi to Justine. How is everybody? We'll give it a second. If it's blurry, it's blurry. We'll give it our best go. You look fine to me. Much better. Let it go is the expert.
See, I pulled it, and now it can focus on us.
Look, I got lipstick on my teeth. We always can rely on Let It Go to tell us our technical difficulties. We love her for that. She'll let us know if it's not on par, and I appreciate that because we want it to be quality.
Yay.
Did I post that picture the other day of that TV and you were playing your video game on that TV?
I don't remember
seeing that. We just talked about it.
You might have
He had a baseball game. We finally got our bigger TV set up in the bedroom. We might have talked about it. And I took a picture because he was playing his the show game on there and watching TV. And I think it's fabulous because he gives me enough attention, and he is so.
I hope
like,
I do.
No,
Sometimes
no, but I'm
think
saying
that I'm not.
No, you're so doting and you're so attentive that it makes me feel good when you're doing that because I know that you're happy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes when I'm playing the game, because I was always told that all you do is play games.
And you were like, well, no. And then usually what I'll do is I'll lay sideways with my head on his chest and watch jiggers and things like that.
You guys ever watch jigger removals?
I know that Karen has.
What's his name? Jim Aducci or something?
Jim Indarucci. It's the same crowd that likes blackheads watch it. But see, Sean, this is the thing.
What?
I think do I need to?
Let me see. What is it? You gotta turn it this way.
Says.
And you gotta go like this and do live chat.
See, it looks like it's a little bit delayed. Judy.
Oh, it is. It is. It's about 5-second delay.
She said but I thought she was saying my hair looks pretty either way, and that's way delayed, as we talked about.
Wow. Well, that means the chat's more delayed because I'm looking at the picture, and the picture is literally like 5 seconds after.
We'll just go with it. What can we do? No, like Dr. Pimple. Yes, like Dr. Pimple. Looks good now. Hey, Misty, Dr. Pimple Popper. She's not super popular anymore. She's kind of like, and she always said that. She always said that this pimple popping thing, she was going to ride it for as long as she could, but she knew it wasn't going to last forever. The craze wasn't going to last forever. Well, she would say that. She would say,
didn't her husband not like it?
Hey, Ricky. Yeah, yeah, he didn't like it. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't had more trouble than they have. Like,
hey, Mama Ricky.
Every once in a while, I do a search to see Sandra Lee divorce or whatever. And now they're still together.
Look at me, I'm Sandra Lee.
D.
I know, but she's Sandra Lee.
Oh, you were getting creative.
Yes.
See, he's an artist.
I'm an artist.
An artiste.
So I found this Madonna song. You guys, for those of you that are older, I'm 50. So if you're like 40 or above, if you remember the movie Vision Quest, you remember that movie? And then Madonna has a song in it called Crazy for You. It's my favorite Madonna song. And I sent it to Mandi today because it reminds me of the first time we were together. And you guys remember the movies? And then I started getting real nostalgic, like those 80s movies and Matthew Modine movies, like Matthew Modine was in Vision Quest and Memphis Belle. It's like two of my favorite movies. So what movies do y'all like?
I knew about Memphis Belle. I didn't know about Makeup by Mandy. Says Sean doesn't want to start over because he's ready for the after party. Your hair looks cute in a ponytail. Yes. Lex loves my hair in a ponytail. Enjoy your evening. I'll finish watching the replay. Thank you, Mandi.
Thank you, Mandi.
Candy says that she...
I hope you and Les are doing well.
Candy and Black Dragonfly. Yeah, I definitely... I leave it to her to offer updates on that because I don't want to ask or whatever, in case that she don't want people to know. But I do want to know how he's doing and if they're doing well. And
yeah.
When is hurricane season?
It's here. It's upon us.
It is?
Yeah.
Are there any?
Well, I know my Facebook memories from 6 years ago keep coming up. There was, I know the end of August. Some seasons are worse than others. The one where we went to Asheville was in October. Sawyer's
apparently his ear itches. Sawyer Brown.
I'm about to put him down.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. He's got a skin allergy to something. I would put him down. But
Mama Ricky's watching Thor Love and Thunder later.
It's also Spirit Finder was talking about Marvel and Marvel tying that into religion. I was super confused. He's really struggling. He's struggling right now. Muscle wasting and joint pain has been bad the last 3 weeks. Breaks my soul, man.
That sucks.
There's 2 tropics roaring now, but they don't see potential for them. They are heading our way, but can't get it together. Hopefully, they won't.
There was one that was kind of on its way to the coast of Ireland a couple weeks ago.
You know what?
So it was way out there.
I'm gonna end up having to. I can't hardly see me.
Okay, guys.
No.
Check this out with her glasses on. Every time she puts her glasses on, I'm like, ooh.
It's hard to see. It's
Oh my
so
God.
hard to see.
Oh my God. We're going to have
That's
to shut this
so
down in a minute.
much better. Oh my gosh.
We're going to have to shut the stream down in a second. But one of the things that...
At least I can see it though. Oh my gosh, that's so much clearer. Go ahead.
Mandi, ATX has got 4 eyes now. Mrs. ATX.
Did you ever when did you get glasses?
Oh, 4th grade.
You had them really?
Yeah.
I always wanted them and would try to fail the vision test
on
to
purpose.
Get them. And they know because they're like, well, you can see that. Tanner tried to fail it too because he wanted glasses.
What do you say? Do you go and they go second one,
Mama Ricky? Yeah,
first one or second one, and you try to mess them up.
Yeah, and then they don't know. Then you go to an eye doctor. And we took they did the little test at school and they said that Tanner needed to
let it go, said Trisha. We'll be streaming with glasses on now. Right? We were talking about that earlier with some other people.
Everything that the copies me, it was the other thing I like to do is send copious amounts of money to exes. So copy that.
She does, Misty. She does look hot.
You're so sweet.
I mean,
that made me blush. Fiona and the other should end up being fish storm, hopefully. Aren't tropical storms sometimes worse than hurricanes? Because the flooding, I guess, is what's bad.
Well, yeah, the flood, once it hits the inland, it's always, any storm can be bad, but
I don't understand why
the pressure's different in a tropical storm, but I was gonna say to Mandi, if she's in here still, the videos of you guys shark fishing, those were pretty cool. Yeah. Those were really cool.
That's probably he likes to watch fishing videos.
Well, I don't that's what her content was. We're all doing all this drama and she's out there fishing and tagging sharks and stuff, which is pretty cool.
They have a pretty cool, they're head over heels and they do so much life bucket list stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, anytime I was telling you, as I was kind of looking on my phone, I was in the bath and all that, and I see these images from the ocean and people fishing in the ocean and the waves crashing on the beach, and I miss the beach. I do miss the beach.
The naughty librarian. Let it go's a little. She's a freaky deaky. Hello, Paula. Karen, are you watching? Because I was telling Sean about your rooster issue, and he was going to explain it, but I want to make sure you're in here. Poor Karen was like, my rooster just got really aggressive, and she was like, it was picking on all the hens today. And I was like, and she goes, it was really kind of traumatic.
Yeah. So what the rooster does is it just kind of, when it wants one of the hens, it just kind of stampedes on the hen, and just, it looks like he's hurting it. And I've actually heard, and you've heard it too, if these roosters don't have enough hens, maybe at least 4,
they'll wear them out.
They can kill a hen just from.
They said, I read that, when the rooster stretches his wing and kind of shows his colors, that is the one and only thing that he does seriously, and the hen will lower herself. Yeah. But if she doesn't, he's like, all right.
I'm going to take it no matter what.
So it's but poor Karen was like, no, I think
Sean
can explain it better than I can.
He was going from hen to hen, and smash. It's where the term smash comes from.
Probably is.
And that's what they do, and it actually it's a good, healthy thing, because now it is
a good healthy thing.
Yes, it is. Shut the stream down.
You'll go blind.
I know.
Look, he's blushing.
That just means that. The rooster is doing what it's supposed to do, and
but unlike
it does. It'll encourage the hens to lay eggs and stuff like that.
But Karen's nor ours have laid eggs. We
haven't got a single damn egg.
We've got the fake one in there, and
we have 2 fake eggs in there. I keep moving them around.
All they
keep covering it up with the hay.
They poop on it and move it out of the way.
I mean,
they're like, don't tell anybody that we told you, but they're not smart. They have brought us they brought us eggs instead of the reverse.
I know. They like, this is pretty good. If we can get them to bring us like
a Jack and Coke on a Friday.
I know. Maybe you should bring us chicken wings.
70 when I failed my DMV eye exam and they suspended my cataract surgery, and now you don't need any. That's good. I was kind of surprised that why did you never have the corrective surgery in the Army? You didn't qualify, or you didn't try? Didn't you say you were going to, and then you went to Iraq, and then you got back, and then
they gave the corrective surgery to all the 11 Bravos. I was 19 Delta, so like all the 11 Bravos first. I could have gotten it. I just decided not to. I didn't need it.
Yeah, it was my cockatiel used to lay dudes too. My parents have a cockatiel. It was actually my cockatiel when it was young, but the cockatiel will. Sawyer, what are you doing? The cockatiel it apparently likes to like. See, the cat's doing something. Likes to pleasure itself on the his perch or whatever. Like rubs against it.
What?
Yeah, like...
He rubbed what?
Whatever the birdie has.
They don't have that.
They do, I promise. Paula knows. She'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay. I think he's mad.
Okay, Candy. I know. It's just says getting back to fall decorating. We'll be listening. I know. We're talking about the anatomy of.
Well, you can, and the thing is like. The Beast is always accusing Paula of doing obscene things with her bird. And I'm like, who's obsessed here with the bird? I mean, you talk an awful lot about it for someone who, it's so weird. It's so juvenile. It's just so juvenile. Hey, baby Billy. How are you? That's formerly Officer Mitchell Dangle.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a good name, by the way.
Cockatiel, he was the pervert. See? Well, what happened was, and I'm not trying to make myself look like whatever, but I worked at PetSmart, and they're hand-fed birds. They've got hand-fed cockatiels and non-hand-fed cockatiels, and all of the parrots are hand-fed to make them more
put your glasses on.
More personable. I will in a second.
Put her glasses on.
More personable. So but I'll
be like a rooster.
There was a girl that
flap my wings real. If she doesn't respond,
really. I'll just they don't have game.
I'll just knock the whole camera over and go.
Okay. So there was a girl that didn't really know how to hand feed correctly, and she ended up one of them. It was if you don't get down the crop right, it can go into their lungs, and so
it doesn't go in the crop. Okay.
Remember? So
that's right. So they have the crop that's kind of like a pre-stomach that's like right here.
So you have to. I've heard that experimented with his statue friend. You have to go. It has a certain tip.
Statue friend.
It's
the statue with benefits.
It has like the. Anyway, we saved this bird. It was actually during a hurricane. I took all the hand-fed birds home during the hurricane because PetSmart was going to have to be closed or whatever.
Oh my God! How many was that? A bunch,
it wasn't. Huh? Yeah, about 6 or 7 hand-fed ones. There weren't that
Baby,
many.
am I allowed to have a statue with benefits?
You can have anything you want with benefits as long as it includes me. No, but so we saved him, or I saved him and hand-fed him, and then we PCS'd, and so my parents ended up with the cockatiel.
And I've seen that cockatiel. It's alive still, right? Or is that a different one?
He's about 15 years old. Yeah. His name's Hershey. Anyway, the point is he has a cuddle, like one of those little terry cloth cuddle things.
A cuddle, like a cuddle bone.
Kind of, yeah.
He'll go. Little bone. It's just a soft.
No, that too. But this one is like a terry cloth thing that hangs on the side, and they can snuggle with it. And this bird, anything he can find, he falls in love with his reflection. Yeah. So like he'll sit there, and it's hilarious because they'll go. If you've seen a bird do it when they crane their neck, and they
go like this.
They think that I'm like, yeah, that's a man. All species are the same.
Well, I know.
Give him a mirror. And
our brown ISA looks into the we have window panes in the chicken house, and sometimes she'll be looking in the window and thinking that she's
birds are narcs. I was just about to say that birds and narcissists are
because the birds kind of love bomb you a little bit and make you think you're the greatest thing,
Yeah.
and then they slowly start tearing you down and getting critical about things,
about different things.
and they shit on you.
I was thinking of somebody else getting love bombed. We talked about it yesterday, right? That Meghan Markle did the love bomb, but
We did that last night. We were talking about Meghan Markle.
I don't think we got into. I don't know who we were talking about love bombing. I don't remember. But
Yeah, we did, because we said that at first the Queen loved Meghan, because Meghan was
that. Okay, so it was the Queen.
Yep.
That makes sense. That they have the last image of her from September the 8th. A lady till the very end. I mean, she was dressed pristine. You could tell, she was starting to, and that was it. They say that she went to Balmoral probably knowing that.
I mean,
it was time.
When you're in your mid 90s, the common cold. If you get something that the body has to fight more than just minimally, it can kill you.
Yeah.
but
And I thought that.
You have to turn it this way to get it to do on live.
Well,
chat.
I don't even think it. So that's why it's delayed.
No, you just go like that.
I'm gonna let you.
No, it's delayed because my phone is on data, and this phone is on.
If you overfeed the crop, they die. Exactly. And so there was two. You're supposed to, when you hand feed, you make sure it stays kind of spongy, and you don't want it to be enough that it's hard. Just it's spongy and still, and then you're done. Like that's it. But this high school girl was incorrectly feeding, and she was making it too hot. You want it to be
making what too hot?
The formula. It's
okay.
It's a long, I can't explain it, but you mix it up almost like a baby cereal, but it's like bird mush, and you want to have it just so body temperature, and that's
so you're talking about because you're sort of force feeding it. If you're overfeeding the crop, the bird should know when it's full, right?
Well, it's up to you if you're hand feeding, because the mom regulates how much they get. So the thing they'll they do like a bird, they open their mouth or whatever, and you just make sure that the hand feeding syringe passes down on their tongue and then goes into their crop.
Because doesn't the mom kind of regurgitate food?
And that's what it looks like.
It comes. She has it in her crop, and then she's.
So you do a little a test thing, and you do a little, and you make sure that it's starting to expand, and then you're in the right place. Because if not, they can get pneumonia from it going in the wrong spot.
I think that happened to one. Or I think, was it already sick?
Chicken?
Yeah, it was already sick though,
I think it was already sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have had much better success lately.
Yes, we're becoming better chicken farmers. Our flock right now is all healthy.
The neighbors know not to mess with our chickens.
Got to leash your animals, because if they come over,
I don't know what else. I'm and we've kind of told them nicely, whatever, just make sure your dog doesn't get our chickens, because it's not gonna go well. And
we love animals.
I think they're kind of why the hell do you care? They're chickens. Because there are chickens.
Because there are chickens.
There are chickens.
If you had a bunch of whatever, and someone's animal was coming over and killing them, you would care too.
It's kind of embarrassing though when you're telling the stories and you're and a pug, it survived.
It was a pug.
A pug. It was literally
a pug is walking down the street with my chicken.
Yeah,
and I'm like, put it down, put it down.
No, he drug it back.
He drug it to his
screaming.
And then I had to kind of kick the
dog.
That's
exactly, Jude. Megan was she love bombed the crap out of her until she accepted her, and they got married, and then she was like, "This is how this is gonna work. We're pulling pitch, and we are."
I'm picking on the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so you guys.
Oh my goodness.
We got to have we got to start it here and give everybody a mission. And then if we go live tomorrow or the next night, we need to find some locales and tell each other about it. Mm-hmm. Some drama that's on, out here. Because I think we need some new.
Stitching is the one that comes up with that chickie baby or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I saw that there was it was what do you call it? I saw it in your feed, like Chicky Baby or something Mama
Yeah,
or whatever.
something like that. And she's like all,
What was the
everything.
one that we were listening to and she was like talking about she got $400. I don't know if the $400 was her AdSense or whatever, and she's like, and I bought water and I bought sugar.
I don't remember that one.
Remember, and she was acting, what am I supposed to do? Remember that one?
Oh, that I do remember. There's one IRL moments. Al was talking about that one. IRL moments also has a array of people that and I think that's
IRL
where
moments.
I think that's where Leticia first popped up.
When we saw Leticia, she only had like 200 and some subs. She didn't have a whole lot, and this wasn't very long ago. I mean, it was hot out, so it was late spring, early summer. It wasn't very long. I mean, she was probably the hottest mess that we've seen, even a hotter mess than aforementioned.
Younger, cuter, and crazier. That's all it took.
7,000 subs in
what's
3 or
funny
4 months.
though, family members will be like, I don't understand why y'all watch that stuff. People either get it or they don't get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, how do you explain the drama community to your family?
I mean, you see, like, I've got a pretty wide, like, I have an Instagram and I watch Instagram, but I have my handled, my whatever you call it, my ID, so that I can, do whatever. And you got to admit, I got some crazy stuff on my Instagrams, don't I?
Yeah, I will say it's hard to explain. There's and it's not by any means funny, but there's some things where there's profoundly disabled people from mainly or Muslim countries,
but
right?
Yeah, Muslim and Indian countries, but we think of them as disabled. They're just kind of disfigured. I mean, there's nothing wrong with their some of them. There's nothing wrong with their intelligence. Like there's some of the Instagram stuff that I see are like Siamese twins.
Yeah.
They have their own Instagram page.
You made a good point though. You said in the United States when the ultrasound or whatever reveals that, do we have less of these ones because it's selectively?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people in Western society terminate those births. They don't. Where in a lot of other countries, their cultures or their religions strictly prohibit it, and they give birth to these human beings, to these children, and they develop into humans, into not into humans.
They
develop into humans.
They dance.
They develop into
things.
Adults, and with their disfigured or their disabilities, and their Instagram, they have an Instagram page, and it's interesting, and I try to I follow them, and I try not to like look at them with disdain, and it's interesting to see, especially Siamese twins. They have like one set of legs, and they'll have two torsos and 2 heads, 2 sets of arms, but then they kind of go down into one set of legs, and they walk around and talk.
And I also think that it's an anomaly that they survive. A
lot of them aren't, and there's a lot of.
But I mean, most of the time they won't be born alive just because
there's one that's called Miracle Man in the he looks like a baby, but he's 17, and I'd have to read the medical term, for what they have, and this is in America, and the mother and dad obviously love their child, and when you watch it, it just looks like a toddler, but he's 17. He'll never get any bigger than a toddler, and he'll never have the mental capacity. He talks like a toddler, eats like a toddler, and that's just, he wasn't supposed to live past like 2 years old, and he's 17.
That's incredible.
There's another one called Prayers for Paisley, and
they're in America though, right?
These are in America, and she was
Chicky baby, yes.
It was a form of dwarfism. She's about 3, but their parents finally decided that they weren't going to exploit their child anymore.
Hey, Nelson.
They kind of shut it down because they felt like
sense.
people were watching it for the wrong reasons. I think it's amazing.
Makes sense. I think we are a little bit delayed, but that's okay. Nelson's here.
Hey, Nelson.
The other
But that's what I do. I have like an hour for lunch, and I have to get out of the building. Sometimes I eat lunch with my coworkers, but I spend a lot of time with them. So I'll get my lunch and I'll just go in my car
Yeah.
and I'll pick up my phone and I'll watch Instagram or something that Mandy sent me,
Yeah.
some kind of YouTube
Oh
that
my
she sent me.
gosh. Today, who saw Glenda Sully's video today about get stuck in the shower? And this is going to be delayed. So it might take a second. Sean, I'll show you the clip. I have it. Karen saw it too and I was like, yep, I saw it. Her thumb got stuck in the shower and she goes, and I couldn't even get out to get like KY or Vaseline or anything.
How did it get stuck? Where did it get stuck? Like in the drain?
No, there was a little like ridge when she went to grab the bar to shave or whatever.
Oh my God.
Okay, no problem, Karen. So it got stuck, but when she said it, I wish we weren't on my phone because I'd literally play it right now.
Here's the thing, and I think this is why there's
he
a
took
delay.
his henning job a little too serious. We're waiting to tell you about
job.
that. Her dog, I think, chased it looked like chased the rooster into the trees or something.
Because he was doing that to the chickens?
I don't know. If she there she is. Karen, anyway, let me finish the Glenda Sully thing. Karen saw it. She was like, I can't even, she goes, I couldn't get out because I was stuck, so I couldn't get my KY jelly or my Vaseline. And it's like.
The way, yeah.
What?
I know, the way it would come out.
Glenda Sully,
But what I was saying, I think there's a delay because this is on data.
Yeah.
So it's going to be about 5 or 6 seconds. Where this, if you read here, the one that's there, it's pretty. Okay. It's pretty current if you can see it, but you have to put your glasses on to do it.
I'm going to again.
Go ahead, put your glasses on.
Yes, the second I really do. I can't. The second
oh my God.
The second I have a file on my phone that's called Hilarious Sound Bites. It's the same thing, and I've got one called The Law in YouTube, where people talk about arresting each other and suing each other and all of that kind of stuff on YouTube, which they're not. Nobody cares.
Trash Panda's here.
Hey, Trash Panda.
Causing problems anywhere?
She's like, I think someone did her dirty from what I understand, which is really messed up.
She said, I'm here to eat your souls and stuff. Yeah, that's what we hear.
I know. So...
Sowing the seeds of dissent everywhere.
Karen watched the same thing, but Karen was concerned, like we said earlier, that we covered it, but you weren't here. Karen, tell us what your rooster did.
This is where the term smashing comes from, Karen. Your rooster was smashing. Okay?
It was so like, oh my gosh. And it was so, and she goes, I think he's being aggressive. I think he wants to hurt him. And I was like, oh, he didn't want to hurt him.
Yeah. He's just smashing.
That's what the magazine said. They give him one chance. They spread their wings and everything. And if she doesn't lower herself or whatever, he's like, all right.
Yeah, he's like,
if you want it like that, we'll do it like that.
If you look at the animal world, if you look at humans and it's the woman who puts on makeup and does what I'm just saying traditionally. I'm not saying always. But if you look at the rest of the animal world, it's the male that's got the mane and is always the peacock, like the peacock's always doing that.
I thought he was picking on the poor thing. That's what Karen said.
Picking on him, all right.
I'm sorry. It was so funny.
If you listen really, really close to the rooster right before he does it, he says, "Come here, bitch."
He said, and sometimes they'll play a little Sinatra and whatever. But if they're not that, other than that, and then they strut around and they go find the next one, and I'm like, men of every species. When you think about it, he was picking and pulling her hair. Rooster was pecking and pulling her around.
But the rooster's like the magnificent bird, right?
But that's
it's got the little.
You warned me that's what they'll do.
And like if you look at birds in general, like if you look at woodpeckers or cardinals, the males are the colorful birds, and the females are like brown.
Yeah, Trash Panda. Yeah, you ate some. You got. I'll catch you up on that later, but you got Jello to stay down.
Yeah, Dan.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's it. Did you hear what I said?
I'm surprised let it go.
Like it's like cock-a-doodle-doo. Get over here, bitch. So.
Yeah, it's so like you warned me.
Yeah.
But then Ozzy tried to get the little Silky, and you were like, well, they're both.
And I think the little Silky's a boy, so.
But
But
also,
they were much smaller then too.
but now if they are too aggressive, that the guy that we got Tiny from said if you observe that they are way too aggressive
Yeah.
for the hens, you do have to separate them. But it is I only saw it once, and it was Ozzy and one of the Leghorns, and it was loud, and it was something, and you were like, okay, so that's what happens.
She was mortified. The problem that I had with it is that the hens were they were too small, and so like I didn't want him. He could hurt them then because they were only about 8 weeks old. But our batch out there is now even the Americanas and the Brahmas. They're probably 10 or 11 weeks old now. So because we got them right when we got back from vacation.
They're older than that.
Well, how old were? Because we got them 4th of July weekend after we got back from North Carolina. We bought them,
and we're in
the
end of September.
The middle of it. So 8, 9, 10 or 11 weeks old. Yeah.
Well, I guess sometimes he doesn't, like, time will slip away and he'll be like, well, it was like 6 months ago, and I'll be like, Sean, that was when we first got together.
Well, but I mean, like the brown ISA, we got her in March.
Hey, Janice said it.
She should be laying eggs, damn it.
I know. That one, man, if you walk out the door, she'll like be running for you.
Yep. When I get home from work, I open up the car door and she runs for the car.
Yeah.
She's like one of the originals. That one in the white silky. Now the white silky, I realized now that she's old enough, I don't think she sees real well.
Danny.
Because like I'll take a piece of tomato, like I'll cut a cherry tomato in half, and I'll put it right in front of her. I'm talking like an inch in front of her face.
That's so funny.
And it'll just sit there like it's sniffing the tomato, but it doesn't know where it is. And then it'll turn its head and then see me, and it's like it's the first time it's seen me. So I think she's a little slow.
All of the animals are crazy about Sean. Oh, Sawyer, literally, as the day goes on, I watch his mood deteriorate until just about right before he gets home. He's flat out like just depressed. He sits at the door, and then I'll go, I don't think he's feeling well. And 5 minutes, not 5 minutes in the door when he gets here, he's talking and jumping, and he gets all of the animals love you.
I felt like a sense of accomplishment when Storm became affectionate. Because Storm is Mandy's cat from before I was in the scene. Y'all remember, y'all that ever watched Mrs. ATX at her other place, Storm was there.
Little bitty.
Yep. And Storm is about 4 years old now, and now she is, as receptive to me as she is Mandy.
She really likes him.
Yeah, and she didn't really like anybody else before. So.
She still crawls up at night when all the lights are out, and she needs my shoulder, and like she'll even get my shoulder will be wet because she's always done it. And when we got her nails clipped when she was boarded, it didn't hurt as bad. But now that her nails are getting long again, it's starting to. She needs with her nails.
What kind of bird do you have? Trash Panda says Nerdy Crafter has a big bird and I love him. Hey, Ellen.
I haven't seen Ellen in a while.
Yes, Mandy said that there were about 6 or 7 deer out there today.
Yes.
So
they were not impressed that there was not enough food. I think some of the neighbors, some of them think it's really cool, but I think some of them are like, oh my God. But no complaints. The guy next door, Ellie hangs out over there a lot under his car and stuff, and I didn't really know how he felt about her, but I heard him today when I was going to go run an errand. I heard him say, your mommy's outside, your mommy's right over there, and like kitty cat or kitty, and so I think he likes her.
Ellie's the calico, and Ellie's kind of my cat. I mean, Ellie is cool with Mandy, but she's clearly my cat. So.
Oh, a cockatoo! I would love a cockatoo. Ellie and I got when she was sick. When she got that fever and was sick right before we went on vacation, she and I got closer.
Yeah.
But she's totally your cat.
Yep.
She was like.
She's probably over there, where we usually vlog. She's probably asleep over there right now on that.
And she'll say thank you for not interfering with my.
Yeah, I'm here to sleep. I mean,
I'm not here to.
It's Wednesday night. It's ladies' night at the club, and I just need to get a little sleep. I'll be heading out about 10:30.
I always do a last call at night. Like we try to get her in, and then I'll do one last call, and we always joke that she's like stomping out her cigarette, and she's like, "I'm coming."
I'm coming. Hold on, okay, guys. I might as well go in tonight.
There's Scout.
And
Karen said, "I think our neighbors think we're crazy chasing chickens and yelling at Riley to leave them alone. One day they were laughing at us." Oh, I'm sure. It when we're Sawyer, if they go out into the yard, Sean, Sawyer does not want them out there. He rounds them up and sends them back, which is good.
It's okay, but he's gotta be able. Like Ellie just coexists with the chickens.
Yeah.
If you go out in the yard, Eleanor, the calico, she'll just be laying in the grass with them all around.
Macaw. I've never heard of a military one. I hand fed a blue and gold when I worked at PetSmart, and I wanted that bird so bad. On employee discount day, you would save 50% off, and animals were included. And it was like a $1,200 bird. I saved the $600 and was waiting for the discount day to get it. Someone bought that damn thing like 2 days before, and I wasn't there like when they sold it, and I was like, "You knew?" I was like, "Well," I was like, "You could have said they weren't." I mean, something, because I'd hand fed it since it was little.
They didn't want us to get that chair yesterday.
Look at that. Look at, he's getting to be a big boy. It's that Scout. Scout, look at him.
Scout's the baby.
He's the baby. We plucked him out, and
I call him the luckiest cat in Lumpkin County, because you guys have heard the story. We were driving down the street, and it said yard sale, free kittens. And of course, Mandi gave me that look like, turn around and let's go see the kittens, or it's probably not going to be a very good day. So I turned around, and there was a box full of kittens.
Jeremy's adorable. Go ahead.
And she just grabbed one of the, almost two, right? Did you say you almost took two?
I'm glad I didn't, but if I would have known how sweet he was, I probably would have taken two. But I have to do the litter box. I have to do the litter box once or twice a day with 3 cats.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a...
You want to come over here? Come on. I know, that's your brother. Here you go. Look, there's Scout.
That's Scout. He's the baby. So yeah, it is quite the zoo here in the Curly household.
But the inn is full. Right?
We're what?
The inn is full.
The inn is full.
Now y'all,
it's pretty sad because like
I'm pulling cat hair out of my lips. I'm not sniffing my hands or whatever else people I'm just pulling hair out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You'll be pulling hair out later.
Yeah. That's what the roosters do.
When Ellie went missing for a few days, we were like, well, at least it opens up a spot, you know.
Hold on one second.
What's going on?
Can you send it to this one, Karen? Can you send it to Sean's? I saw the other two. I'm afraid if I go into it right now, it's gonna like.
You can send it to me, Karen. You have my number, I think, right?
Yeah. She doesn't normally say that, so I want to make sure that everything's okay. Paranoid. You know what? Have you ever heard of a paranoid patty? No pun intended. It's a thing.
What's that mean?
My mom always like, I don't want to be a paranoid patty or whatever. But today it was like, Is
that like Debbie Downer or something like that?
Or Chatty Cathy.
Or Texas Alexis, Texas.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to see who this person is. Whenever there's a porn joke, that's the one you pick.
You know, when we're watching the Little League World Series and it has this, and it says like, it shows the person up to bat and it's like favorite athlete or this or that, or favorite actor, favorite actress or whatever. And one guy got up to bat and they said favorite actress and it said Alexis, Texas. And Mandi was like, Alexis, Texas. And I'm like, oh my God. It's because Alexis, Texas is a porn star.
I saw one time on a Facebook post where you put your favorite this, your favorite that, and then it said favorite child actor, and so they put Tracy Lords. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, that's gross.
But you know what I mean?
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, she pretended to be of age and made quite a bit of adults. Loved it, apparently. And then now it's illegal to even own anything that with her because she was underage or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean that was a big deal, and it was
Uh-huh.
up until they found out, for sure what her age was, because she was part of the '80s porn scene in the early
Mm-hmm.
'80s, and it was like, but guys, not only was she, it's like, oh, she was of age, that's bad, and then it was like, no, we really have to get rid of everything that's out there
Yeah.
as much as they can.
If y'all hear that crinkling, it's Sawyer's toy. I know it. Hopefully, it's not too annoying, but every animal's got.
And they're buddies too.
They
Those
are.
two, Scout and Sawyer, are buddies.
So I think that like when people have we call it like an affinity and like for birds in general, like there's a certain, it's almost like cat people. If you like birds, whether it's a parrot or a chicken or a parakeet or whatever it is, there's something about the personality of a bird that you're drawn to.
Yeah, I think that's true.
You know what I mean?
Something that Mandy and I both like, before we got the chickens,
Something
we were going to
both
get
like.
something that we both like. Well, are we shutting the stream off? Is it time to go?
Go ahead.
We were going to get aquarium, at least one. And we were both talking about that. But, well, I mean, the chickens turned out to be quite the pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so.
We thought that, I'm going to take this, it's making my head itch.
Oh, my gosh.
No,
okay, but leave the glasses on. Leave the glasses on, please.
No, but the chicken coop I thought would be the most costly thing that we got. But the upkeep is like, if you buy them, they're like the treats and the, I should go get the box of what.
I mean, and she does most of it. Like I figured,
the Gatorade.
You need to have the big thing of pellets, and you have to have like scratch grain, and you have to have the basics. But Mandy really is the one that goes out and finds the treats, like the oatmeal raisin feed, or the mealworms and sunflower seed stuff. I mean, she's got all of that for them. We feed the deer, so there's a big old tub of like crushed cherries and corn and stuff. She's going to show you guys.
I'm going to show you. But here's the thing. Let me tell you the premise behind why I think this is fabulous. Because
Gigi wants a monkey. Hey, Gigi.
Linda Duncan has a monkey.
Remember Lisa Duncan? Remember her monkey?
I don't know I haven't seen her in a while. So it's some female, I'm guessing a female, decided to yuppify the backyard chicken phenomenon. And so it's called Flock Party is the brand.
Like Block Party, but Flock Party. It's
very, very like hip. You get the stuff at Tractor Supply. So there's the
They don't like the shrimp.
They don't like it, you're right.
I think that's more for ducks.
This Mary Minnows, I think, should have been for ducks.
Yeah.
Karen says hers doesn't eat that either.
And so, but it doesn't go bad either, because we've had this bag of Mary Minnows for like months. Sawyer's going to be like, I'll try one. But they like the banana. This is the breakfast blend right here.
He feeds them breakfast, you guys. He has his breakfast blend, and they get their breakfast. And then
I cut up the little cherry tomatoes for them. Too. They like this, yeah. Like this mealworm and corn and mealworms.
The Happy Hoppers, those are grasshoppers, freeze-dried, real grasshoppers. Tiny likes these. And then look at Sawyer. This is the sunflower. Okay. A capuchin monkey.
Misty Lee said Mandy is giving Michelle Pfeiffer and Catwoman vibes with the glasses.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm flattered.
Yes.
They're not gonna really.
There's nothing here for you, Sawyer Brown.
He wants, and then these smell absolutely horrible. Karen, you can get these exactly. You can get these. This is actually from Walmart, and they're a little bit wetter.
They love those though,
but it's awful. Is awful.
Yeah, it just smells like rotten insects.
But that is that. We need to hang up that thing. Anyways.
So that's the treats. But we have the big,
now, But I'm going to show y'all something. We've already talked about this.
That's the scratch grain.
This is the scratch grain. And you see it's like that. Now let me show you
That's really actually a little bag.
Well, look. I was at
Uh-oh, Sawyer's doing his best to knock it over.
I was at a craft thing not too long ago, and someone actually kept the. Oh, Sawyer, you're gonna knock it over. Kept the bag and sewed a handle onto it and put trim on it. So it's like a bag that you can take, almost like a purse or whatever. Isn't that cool?
So now every time we empty one, we keep the bags, and Mandy's gonna go ahead.
Karen needs to teach me how. Karen needs to show me how to.
You all right, buddy? I didn't mean to kick you out. He's mad at me now.
He's mad at you? No, he just adores you, and he's. So there you go. You like it? Like, isn't that neat? How like, it's. And the people that I've met, because we look at the chicks and stuff, the babies, and we don't.
We like to go look at chicks together.
But the conversations you would think that you're talking about at a little league game.
Yeah.
It's like, well, my chickens did it, and everybody's super friendly about it. But they're like, and you can ask questions like, well, this one, is the tail feathers aren't filled in. Oh, well, they're molting. This is the time of year they molt.
I'm not as hot in my glasses as she is, but
Oh my, and I'm just glad it helps.
I know we are, Ellen. She said we're gonna have the whole animal kingdom.
I am not so crazy about monkeys, but Sean.
I'm not. I mean, but like, I don't think we could. I mean,
if
it was the only pet that we had, but we're trying to. We don't own this place that we're in, but we're going to try to fence it. And if we fence it, there's an outside chance that there might be a goat there. But I just don't think. I just don't think we have enough room for them.
Yeah.
Here.
A donkey is the best form of protection you can have, I've heard. They make a whole lot of noise, and they'll headbutt anything that tries to come in their space.
But so we get guineas in at work that people order guineas there, and people said that I said, what are guineas are like small birds, and people get them like 50 at a time. And what somebody finally told me is they get these guineas, and then they let them loose in the yard. You might get like 100 of them or 50 of them or whatever, and they just kind of melt away into the wood line, and they make noise when anything comes on your property.
Is that you said that also people can tolerate their meat?
Yeah, I mean that
have allergies, they can tolerate.
Yeah, they have some kind of their meat so people buy them and raise them to eat them. But the guy that taught me, he was one of the vendors that came in and was dropping stuff off, and we were talking about
cattle farmer,
different types of animals and stuff. And I mentioned guineas, and he said, oh yeah, you get a whole 50, 60 of them, and you just let them loose on your property. You never see them because they go into the woods or go into stuff. You don't really know they're there, but they're really super loud when anything comes on the property. So that's why he had them.
I'm like the paranoid mama during the day. If I hear anything squawking that could possibly be ours, I go outside. Gigi said
guineas are stupid, but they're loud, right? So
silkies aren't real bright either.
Yeah. They are the dumbest fowl on the planet, but they're great for watchdogs and pest control.
Donkeys can kill a coyote. I've heard that.
And she said, and they also said because of pest control, they said the guineas will eat all the snakes.
Oh, well, thank God for that.
All the like rats and stuff like that.
Those little tiny toads, like our chickens, but will eat it because they just grab whatever's moving. But you can tell when they did, they're like, they don't know. Like,
they don't know what to do.
No.
So the Jaru spiders, I go around like 2 or 3 times a week, and I knock down all the Jaru spiders, and then I throw them in the cage, and I won't even know where the spiders are. Like I'll throw them into the air. The chickens lock onto them, and they know exactly where that's.
I want to get one of those little bug vacuums, like that they show for like kids use it for science or whatever, and start sucking up the Juro spiders and get them like in a thing, and then you just open it.
Is it just a Georgia thing, or the other states have Juro spiders too? Because they're everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's mainly Georgia. It inadvertently got brought over from Japan.
But if I go like
Darcy knows all about it.
Along the roof, and I just knock them all down and get like 3 or 4 of them at a time, and just throw them anywhere near the cage, near the chickens.
Did you redneck?
And they see them. I don't even see them when I throw them, but they hone in on them.
I think rednecks are sexy.
She said that when she was when she was growing up, she dated cowboys, and then she fell in love with her redneck right here.
He's
Right?
like, yeah, you like know all of the insects and stuff like that, and you know, like
Travis Panda says, "I need a house chicken for spiders." They'll find them.
I heard some people order these house geckos and let them free, and they eat everything. Like you won't see them; they come out at night, but they eat all the flies, the fleas, the everything.
So if you have like 4 chickens and they're sitting over there 20 feet away from you, and you take a log and you just roll the log over, they will, and there's anything under that log, they'll immediately see it and come over and eat the ants or whatever.
Yeah, they're
So,
cute.
yeah.
And who would have thought that we could talk about chickens for? I would have never even considered, like, that wasn't even a thing. When my parents lived at the old house, their neighbor got a couple of chickens because that was when the new backyard chicken, like,
Okay, Jude. Jude says I'll have to catch the
see
replay.
you
Pup
later,
routine in
Jude.
bed
Have
for
a good
me.
night.
Okay, Jude. Wait, I see you. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, but does that make sense?
Say that again.
Are you so tired? Is it time to go to bed?
Yes, but we're not going to sleep.
Stop,
We're not
stop,
going
stop.
to sleep.
People are gonna be like, gross.
It's 9 o'clock. Oh, it's been 1 hour almost.
Oh, has it?
Well,
Well-
no, because I said no matter what happens, don't let me go to sleep.
No. That's gonna happen.
I mean, the ponytail, the glasses.
Oh my God! See, stuff you never knew about him. Everybody just thought that you were a music aficionado saving foul.
I'm not. But if there's any guys that are in the chat, it's mostly girls. But guys, if you were sitting here right now,
you're gonna make me
with this woman in your bed, and she likes you and she digs you, you'd be shutting the live stream off. Am I right?
She married
Am I
you.
Right? Yes. I mean, and she wants to be with you.
She married you.
In this and it's time to go night night. It's time to go.
It makes me feel good that he feels that way. And you know what? It makes a huge difference. Like when you've got someone, I don't want to, and I'm not saying that he like ogles over me or whatever, but we are very.
First time a lizard poops on my face in my sleep, it's going splat.
We are very good about saying, I love what you're wearing. You know what I mean? Like taking the time to say, and it makes a huge difference. So any of you couples, I know you longtime married people already know this, but
yeah,
tell you if your man's wearing something that don't let it go unsaid. Be like, you look hot in that.
Yeah,
I think we do that as we get more comfortable.
I think we were both in, and I'm not trying to down either of our exes really, but we were.
Well, you can down yours and I'll down mine.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that we just didn't have that.
Didn't want to.
Yeah, they didn't have it, and we didn't. Right? You're right.
That's the thing.
When you want it, it's. I love when you compliment me. I never really solicited it, from anybody, and it just wasn't. I mean, we're both very romantic people, and we were just in relationships where we didn't get a whole lot of romance.
Yeah,
it was just kind of.
And that's like when she says, well, it didn't work. It didn't. He's like, yeah, I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's hurtful, but it's the truth.
I think it's whenever you hear, and it's not just in my situation, but anybody's situation, if someone's ex is just is classless enough to talk about their other partners of the sex life, they don't understand that they're really kind of putting themselves down because it's a mutual thing.
Right.
So if you go, it was no good, it was this or that. I mean, that just means that, you're part of that.
Especially
you're part of that experience.
When the new partner is like, I'm not just saying this, but no issue.
That's true.
I mean, in fact, there was so little no issue that I walked straight out of my house.
Straight out of her marriage. There was and I even said, because I know, and I'm just like talking now, and I'm not trying to be too crude. I know how good she is. And the thing is like when we're sitting there and I would say something like,
say how good I am.
Yeah. I said how good she is.
That's a good thing.
And how good.
No, I mean, I just make sure
how amazing it is. And I would say something like, maybe with a little bit of jealousy or something, I'd say something like, man, your ex has got to be missing this. And you say, we never did this. We never
Yeah.
had this. It was never
Yeah.
crazy like this. And if you told him about this, he wouldn't believe you.
Mm-mm.
He says, no, she doesn't do that. She's not into that. And it's
Without
like,
like
well,
being
yes, she is.
whatever, like what there's been a couple of times like that we've been like laying afterwards, and it's like, yeah, even our exes would have to say that was pretty fucking. I'm out. That's
They could
phenomenal.
just sit there and go, yeah, they, you know,
They're like,
'cause
on that note, yeah, I can't
it's
compete
time.
with
It's
that.
yeah.
It's
All
a
right.
no.
I'm gonna
But
tap out. Y'all are better together than you were with us. So,
but that's a good thing, and it. But it's also a good thing, like you can talk all this stuff that you're gonna do all of this, and then when you're tired, not tonight, don't worry, because but in general, you can also fall asleep together after you talk all this mad game while you're at dinner, and you're gonna hang from the ceiling and do all of this, and then you get home and you're full, and you lay down and you're holding each other, and it's like you can just go to sleep.
Yeah, it's like
It's no big.
There's no pressure.
No.
It's just easy.
See, now these are the kind of talks that I was thinking about, like if we did do some sort of like
OnlyFans? No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
like Patreon or something. I'm not out to get money from subs. That's not it. But more of the adult crowd, not to be crude and talk, but there's other married couples that have significant others or that don't, that can benefit from.
Exactly, Trash Panda. And that's the whole deal. It's like what even I mean, I know what my experience is with her, with Mandi, and I just thought that, wow, I've been missing out on this my whole life. And she's like, no, it wasn't like that with other people. And it's like, yeah.
I feel the same way. I'm like, how did we make it? Especially since we're like absolute best friends. We have our own journeys, and of course we've got our children, so everything happened as it should have happened. But I'm like, how did we? Oh, he's gonna start. I was like, how did I make it 40 years?
It's
you know what I mean? Because we give each other advice about everything. He's the first person I tell about anything.
Yep. But I will say, you know, Mandi is friends with a lot of y'all, and I don't ask her the girl talk that y'all talk about. She does not give up things that y'all talk about. There might be drama related stuff but
no.
She doesn't.
Loretta and Karen and I's threads can be hilarious sometimes. We do respect each other. And I will say this, all of you, every dude in the face of the earth, I want to know if what is the response if you say, I've got a sore throat in your relationship? Just curious. Mainly I'm talking about people that are in a heterosexual relationship. But as a female, like when you say, I have a sore throat, I have yet to find a girl that I've confided in or that we've talked that has not said that their man says the same exact
I got something for that sore throat.
Right.
Yeah.
Same
I mean, it's
response.
just something
I even heard Tiny say it.
Oh my God.
But you know what I mean? Like
Tiny's like, cock-a-doodle-doo. Come here, bitch.
He was talking back and forth today. I love Tiny. His little thing is now back to where it should be.
You know, the little, what do you call the crown, I think they call it.
Is that what they call it?
When he got beat up, his crown was down to the side for
they
like
all
weeks,
have the
and now
same thing.
now it's
And
back up.
at what age do men start having that response to, I have a sore throat?
I mean,
I don't.
I mean, obviously, if you're not feeling well, it's one thing, and I know this, but I'm
But
serious.
if they don't say it, they're thinking it. See, everybody is laughing. My husband has a cure. I got something for that sore throat. You've never heard that? Let it go. Yes. Anytime.
I think she's being sarcastic.
Oh, I was like, that's just an automatic response. It's just all there is to it. And I'm like, it's one of those, which came first, the chicken or the egg?
That's right.
Do you think in the pioneer days, she was like, oh, I have a sore throat. And he's like, I got something for that. And they're like, we're on a cross-country trip in a wagon.
And the guy's like, well, we've been doing this for 2 years. We've already had one kid.
That's what I always say
country.
when they show these pictures of like the Oregon Trail and people, and one of them will be holding a baby or be pregnant. I'm like, because I would be like, so let me get this straight. There's free land, and we're trucking it across the country, diagonal at that.
Being carried by 2 ox, by the way,
and
2 horses.
You stank as the day is long, and you are wanting that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, can we maybe not do it while I'm we have
Maybe
to procreate.
can we do it so that by the time the baby is due, we're in civilization where there's a hospital or
People
something
don't
like that?
realize that those wagons just carried their stuff. They walked.
Yeah.
They literally
unless you were
walked.
really sick or you broke your foot or something.
Right. You walked from.
Yeah.
There's that. Is that a cicada?
No, it's not a cicada.
Did you hear it?
No.
You did hear
It's got to be underneath the house.
Don't say that.
Well, I would rather it be outside and underneath the house than
But
in
what
the
is
house.
a cicada?
They're those bugs that make that noise.
Do you know if you are a shitty housekeeper and you crawl along your kitchen floor, there's centipedes that like just
Oh my
go
God!
across?
Read that.
I know. I saw part of
That's all.
She said, technically they aren't. Oh, or protein. You get I've got protein for you, or late, because I had a gastric bypass and you got to up your protein intake or whatever.
Yeah.
I got some protein for you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's shut it off.
I know we do need to shut it off for more than one reason.
But and the other thing is I drank a Red Bull before we started, so I'll be good for about 32 seconds instead of 18.
Well, all we need is 34.
Okay.
So today's viewing enjoyment brought to you in the curly bed. When we're not sitting on the couch, we're sitting in the bed or we're working.
And now that we have a TV in here again,
but we're not by ourselves. So,
no,
right? We have TVs in every single room. And
we have to displace a bunch of animals too.
Yes. We're coming up on married for 2 years.
The 18th, that's our anniversary.
2 years, been together for 3.
We're on our 4th year.
Yeah. So damn it, move on.
So
God bless America.
Yes.
Move on.
It's been almost 4 years,
Jesus,
woman.
God. Even I don't know. I mean, move on.
So on Sunday, which is our anniversary, we're gonna go see Little Shop of Horrors.
The whole fam is going.
Yeah, we're gonna go see
matinee.
Little Shop of Horrors. Yep.
And that'll be fun. So we do things like that to get out. So anyways.
Is this fun? I have fun.
It was a lot of fun. Y'all have a fantastic night. Thanks for hanging out with us. And bear with us as we get on a schedule and that kind of thing. But I was thinking about that, having a online party. I want to make a little montage or whatever. But I need to get all the pictures together. And also we need a new channel intro. And as much as I love doing these things, I can't believe we don't have a new intro. It's still the apartment.
It's true.
I might add
we just have to get serious about it. That's all.
Get serious.
Get
okay.
Serious. Hey, put the glasses on.
Y'all have a good night. And I don't need a... Have a good night, you guys.